Good evening, one and all. It is Wednesday, it's the middle of the week, and it's time that we jump into some more good old Warframe. Welcome everybody, hope you're doing well where you are around the world today. For those of you who are joining us without a subscription, you may have just been hit with two sets of ads back to back. If that has happened to you, I do apologise. That was not intentional, and it looks like Twitch Ad Scheduler is having its best of moments. So yeah, so we just got hit with 2 minutes solid of ads there. That was not intended. It just popped up twice. I'm hoping Twitch is just having a wobbly, I'll be honest, but yeah, it popped up, did a whole minute of ads in the starting soon screen and went, right, now starting the ads, and did it again. No? No? So, yeah. Apologies if that hit anyone here. That's just Twitch being Twitch as ever. But all the same, welcome on everyone. Hackabo666 was not one of those to receive those ads there, most likely, having just resubscribed once again up onto 16 months. Much appreciated that, Hackabo. Cheers. Cheers indeed on that. Okie dokie, so today, as the stream title might suggest, a disruption is the name of the game, but it's not going to be a solo disruption. It's not going to be just a disruption for the loot. It's going to be a disruption for the points. You see, we've been over this a few times, that there is a cheeky little thing hidden in the profile, in the leaderboard section, points for doing disruption. If we head on over to Sedna, we go to the Kappa mission on normal mode, and we see what's going on with personal players. I have 1,088 points. You got the ads, unfortunately? That might be why you subscribe then, to get rid of the second set of ads. Perhaps. But yes, 1,088 points, and that was from the second of two test runs I did. The first run I did each of the conduits one by one, did it all in like 2.5 minutes, and that was 764 points or something like that. But then on doing it again, this time trying to set off all the conduits at the same time, didn't quite pull it off, it came to 1,088 points. Now as for it didn't quite pull it off, I did set them all off quickly, but on my way to set off the third conduit, my companion killed the demolisher that I happened to be standing near to, going towards a different conduit. So, I think we've got both sets of ads? Yeah, that's not how it's supposed to work. You subscribed.
49th sub anniversary on my 31st birthday. Yay.
Yay indeed. But yeah, Hackabo, unless you subbed during the second set, I don't know. Twitch is weird. Twitch is weird. But Ray, thank you very much for resubscribing at tier 3, no less. 49 months of support there. Much appreciated, dude. And I hope you have yourself a wonderful, wonderful birthday. Cheers. What ads? Ads happen here on Twitch. That's ad. Unless you're in a location where Twitch decides not to serve ads, in which case, lucky you. Yeah, they happen. Now, 1,000... You've been stabbed today, now to steal some horsehair. Okay. I'm not going to ask any further questions. 1,088 points is not enough. Because if we go to top players, we're only a few days into the week, and we can see here that some people have 51,000 points. And that is commendable. They've done well. They should be proud of themselves. Let's do better. Now, we may not do Sedna. I'm thinking about it. We could do Sedna. We could also go over to Deimos on Armitus. There, the top score is only 18,000, which is a lot lower. Granted, I didn't check, is Steel Path showing different values? No, it is showing the same values on normal and Steel Path for reasons. Over on Lure, this one should probably be higher. 38,000, still not as high as the highest over on Sedna. Now, that is actually a little bit of a surprise. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Now, Credit's saying, part of them wishes there were rewards for high leaderboard placements. Would incentivize doing them. It is very interesting you should mention that, Crescendo Fury. It is very interesting you should mention that. How about we take a very brief step over, whilst we wait for people to tune to the stream. We'll get a squad in a moment. Let's head over to a defense. Let's go to Earth, it's the first planet. Let's go to Lith, it's the first defense mission. I'm sure there'll be absolutely nothing weird over here whatsoever. Nothing weird. Because, you know, let me just move my camera across a bit. I am slightly in the way of some of the bits and pieces here. We can see, you know, down here, some squads getting to wave 39. They're doing it in 37 minutes, 32 minutes, pretty good going. 42 waves, 37 minutes, 44. Now I'm seeing 44 waves. That means, ooh, they didn't quite make to 45. That's unfortunate. They did their best, but it wasn't enough. We got some 45s here in a 50-minute run, a 48 set in a 1 hour, 10 minutes. That pair did very well. 48 waves in 17 minutes? Well, I say, that is rather impressive. Downright incredible, given what we see from everyone else. Shall we have a look at the account of 2313185459? Oh dear. I guess we can't. Yeah, so this is probably why nothing about leaderboards is incentivized these days. I found a forum post going back to like 2019 where leaderboards were indeed a thing for disruption for rewards. And yeah, it turns out people do what people do best when it comes to leaderboards. And if you think this is interesting, all I have to offer at this point is another bit of data I found that really leaves me wondering, what is going on over there? What part of Warframe do I know nothing about? Because there is a part, there is a certain something going on. In the last few days, these reset every week, so just in the last few days, a very high number of people have all spent exactly 18 hours, 12 minutes, and 15 seconds in Simeni on Sarah's defense. Different squads, because we can see different wave counts in there at the bottom, and because squads only go up to 4 people. Definitely different squads, all of them 18 hours, 12 minutes, 15 seconds. So many so that it actually goes off the bottom of the page here. Bearing in mind, this is about 9 minutes a wave. It doesn't take 9 minutes a wave, and certainly, what are the chances of getting to such an exact time? Now, I haven't actually questioned this yet, but how many seconds is that? 18 times 60 times 60 plus 12 times 60 plus 15. Oh, okay, I should have asked this question earlier. Yep, it's 65,535 seconds. That makes a lot more sense. That is an important number. I don't remember exactly how that number comes about, but that's an important number. 65,535. That pops up in places. Hold on. Fairly certain. Yep. One less than 2 to the 16. There it is. So, numbers in computers are stored in binary. And 2 to the 16 would give you 0 all the way up to 65,535. So now I see what's going on here. This is just the max time that could be displayed. Oh, okay. Interesting. So those times are actually longer than 18 hours. 18 hours is the longest it can show. That didn't occur to me earlier, but that explains why they're all the exact same length, which still leaves me wondering, what the hell were all of these people doing in the last few days, spending more than, we now know, more than 9 minutes per wave on a defense mission. Just standard run-of-the-mill defense mission. Even if you're doing it for relics, it's not that much. There's not that. And you don't need that many Orokin cells for anything ever. So go on, Gaz. Spill the beans. Why are so many people spending so much time in a mission that it actually hits the cap of the counter as high as it dares show? Maybe they play on solo and pause? Every single one of them are soloing to that? I gotta say, they load into the mission and sit in it until their squad can get online. It doesn't rotate off the arbitration. I thought the mission would auto-start. Like, or kick you out. You really mean to tell me that there's a whole bunch of people that will load up a mission and just hold it there? Oh, wow. Okay, wow. 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 Okay. This is enlightening. This is incredibly enlightening. Holy shit. 120 waves takes like 1 hour? Yeah. Yeah, which is why when I saw this, I'm like, what the fuck? The defense start on its own after like 5 minutes? That's what I thought, but Gaz is not the kind of person I expect to just waltz in and say something so confidently with absolute bullshit. Clearly Gaz knows a thing or two here. So yeah, is it something about the tile? Is it something about arbitrations? How does the mission not auto-start, Gaz? Why do they hold the arbitration for that long? A good arbitration, Alsu, allows for fast farming Vitus Essence far faster than you can find anywhere else. And I guess with these missions in particular, you're guaranteed to get a very concentrated location. Because it's always going to be the same tile. Always. I guess we usually like a little bit of context on the links, but yeah. There we go. Okay. I bounced this across a couple of people who had an interesting spread of theories, but it's arbitrations doing this. People finding and holding arbitrations with, I guess, it's gotta be alter counts, it's gotta be, which also leads into other issues, but a whole bunch of people just finding and saving an arbitration so that others can come into it and enjoy the benefits of that niche location. What's wrong with alts? Alternate accounts are not supposed to interact whatsoever. Whole part of, you know, fairness. It's about it's a common thing across a lot of multiplayer games that you're not supposed to have alternate accounts interact in any way at all. And so guys, I'm going to need more information than check a name. Okay. Have a look at a planet, another one on the same planet. Is that going to give me new information or just show off more of the same? I forget what even type of mission it is. Oh, nailed it. Nothing of the sort. Nothing of the sort. At least not in the last 3 days. I was just going through the defenses and found that one. I was like, what the fuck? Alpha says, the main and alt can't interact, but having one to just replay the game is okay. Yeah, if you want to just play the game again, like I have done with the Zero to Hero series, that's perfectly fine. But you can't have, for example, the alternate account join the same clan as the main account. They cannot trade with each other. Hell, apparently going so far as getting them into a captura together starts to blur lines, and I got a shaky head when I asked. Just put it that way. So yeah, you're allowed to replay the game again on multiple accounts, and indeed some people have many accounts for that. But if those accounts interact with each other anyway, and that would by extension include Grey Zone, oh, I'm not interacting, I just have to interact with this other account, which is my friend, and their account interacts with my other account, and then our accounts also interact with... Yeah, no. As soon as you start needing to give, oh, well, actuallys, you're doing it wrong, and that's against the rules. So yeah. But that is up to DE to handle and enforce. I'm still just satisfied to know why this happens, and I can't say I appreciate why, I understand why, but wow, talk about optimizing the fuck out of the game, eh? It would never have occurred to me to try holding a mission for hours or even days just to keep a specific drop bonus. That is truly something else, and the fact that the game even enables that is mind-blowing. Huh. Well, Gaz, thank you very much for the insight there, because that's certainly the best explanation I've come across so far. Petra saying, finally I can change the colour of the lights, and yet you didn't say what colour you wanted to change it to. So unfortunately, Petra, you've missed your opportunity, and it's gone. Well done. Alright, now that my mind has been thoroughly broken on that, but also slightly fixed, but still mostly broken, at least is better than things we'd seen before now on later boards, disruption. Having looked at the options, I actually kind of want to do the one that's on Armatus. Let me just double check, make sure it's not got a stupid, what's it called? Stupid drop table. I know it's going to have the Dante bits and pieces in there, but I just want to see the other bits and pieces real quick. Deimos. Let's see, Rotation C has 70% Axie Relic. Yeah, that's good enough. There is a 22.5% of a Dante blueprint, which is wasteful if you already have Dante. 17.5% of Endo, which is just kind of a little bit... But then Endo is, you know, useful. But yeah, we can give that one a go. Because the Demolishers there do not nullify, and that's fun. Yep, oh, no, Petra's decided still to send the next message and not specify the colour change of lights. Okay, well, fair enough, Petra. Thank you for the channel points. I'll just eat those. I'm going to guess Petra wanted, let me see here, this colour. There we are, just a very slightly lighter blue. That is almost certainly what Petra was asking for. Yeah. King of Goblin is saying the biggest nightmare is after holding it over 16 hours, they see a red text. Yeah. Brother already saying this is waking up 2 AM to change skills and Eve level optimization. No, that's worse. This is just being a mission and then just pause, I guess. This is something altogether different. But still. Wild. Something I would never have considered wild. Waking up at 2 AM? Yes, some people have an actual sleep pattern, or have to work early in mornings. Things like that. Okay, so let's get cracking then with a disruption. We're going to do the disruption over on Armatus on Deimos. If you've not farmed Dante so far, or if you want some of the other bits and pieces that disruption gives you, perfect time to join in. The idea with this, though, is that we are not going to just slam in keys right away. What we're going to do is we're going to only put in the keys when we have all 4 keys at once. It might be slower, it might be less efficient, but it may just hit those high notes I'm looking for. So, if you'd like to be part of that, send me a message in game. I'll bring you into the squad. Petra here saying you owe me for that colour change. I mean, you still haven't said what you wanted. So, Petra, at this point, it's completely on you. poor follies to spawn keys. So you can bring folly if you want. I'm not going to be bringing folly, simply because whilst folly is effective and can also create a key, the key system we found is not entirely random, and so having more than a couple follies is actually kind of a folly in itself. It fails. Yeah. And there we go. We finally Petra has learned how to communicate what they want. There we are. Now let's bring you into the squad. Yeah, fun fact, everyone. If you don't say what you want and complain that you don't get what you want, think it through. It's my honest advice. Alright, goblins eating Brussels sprouts with garlic. Not good for data, but healthy and tasty. I mean, it depends, honestly. Like, some people really like the smell of garlic, and Brussels sprouts actually taste pretty good. Yeah. So, honestly, it depends. You've not complained, was only a little disappointed. Sure. But yeah, we got space open for 2 more to join us in, whether you want to bring folly or something else. Absolutely welcome to join in on this here. Like I say, it is going to be a specialist run, so we're going to be popping in the conduit keys all 4 at the same time every single round. So I think the best way of doing that is basically, before you pick up a key, see if it says in the UI either collect key or insert key. If it says collect, then pick it up. If it says insert, someone already has that key somewhere else on the mission. And then if we somehow still end up with people carrying duplicate keys, we'll figure out who's got dupe and sort it out. Do it live! Laughing Luna saying, Turtle and arbitrations are at this stage determined until 7 AM on 12th of October 2029. Yeah, I guess people figured out the pattern and now just know when to yoink the mission. Which I suppose that's when it becomes a 2 AM alarm clock, because they only last for 1 hour, isn't it? Yeah. Wild. Just wild. Yeah, but there's a spot. There is absolutely a spot. Regnet, come on in. And that leaves us just 1 more spot we need to fill to get full effect on this, because we do need 4 people to hit the 4 conduits reliably every single time. Bam. 2 people can do it very well, but 4 people makes it solid. And Liv, come on in. Alright, we have our squad. Let's head on over to Deimos. Let's go on into Armitus. We're going to go to Steel Path, of course, because we are amazing like that. We can handle it. What's this about? You thought this rush had been out long enough for people to min-max it? It's not about min-maxing it, it's about getting points. And points no one gives a shit about, which makes it a fun little silly thing to do. So, I forget where I read it, but I read that plugging in multiple conduits at the same time earns more points than doing them sequentially 1 by 1. And indeed, when I tested myself earlier today on Sedna, doing 1, then 2, then 3, then 4 conduits in the first round scored me fewer points on the leaderboard than plugging in as many as I could at the same time. So yeah. And if you're not sure what is up with leaderboards, well, welcome on in. We've just been over them, but stick around and you'll see more of it. That you can be certain of. Now, an uncomfortable thing about this is that I have no idea how many points we're going to require, and therefore I have no idea how long we should run this for. So what we're gonna do is we're just going to do 4 rounds, just to make sure we've got the flow of it. And then once we've done those 4 rounds, we're going to extract, we're going to see what the score is, and extrapolate from there how many rounds we're going to need. Regnag's got one of the keys, that's good, good, good. I do see on the UI it says insert docket, that means someone is holding that key. All we need to do is get it where all 4 of those say insert docket, and then we're good. If you ever see it says collect docket, We'll collect the key, then there is one on the ground somewhere.
Those little horrors eat dockets as if they were sugared biscuits.
Yoink. Alright, I have the hourglass. Means we just need one more. I'm going to head on over towards where hourglass exists. Because there's no point me standing anywhere else, really. We know where I need to be. Also a good way of helping people keep track as to who's got what key. I'm here, this is my key. There are many like it, but this is mine. And that is a duplicate key, never mind. We need the white one to drop. Now this is the bit where it does slow down, is that key drops, I believe, decide what key they're going to be randomly, rather than each kill having a chance of dropping a specific key. So whilst we're not plugging in these other keys, key drops could be keys we already had, whereas if we did plug them in, those key drops will be the other keys. I believe that is the case. Not how I tested it, but based on observations. So as a result, I expect it's going to take longer to get the white key. The white one has now dropped. You can see it on the UI. So everyone's got their keys. Everyone stand next to one. Everyone get in position. X up when you're in position. I think everyone is on PC, so should be able to do that easily. Yep. It's 3, 4. Plug them in. Plug them in. Wait for all to trigger. There we go. One down. 2 down. 3 down. Why is somebody spawning here? 4 down. There we go. That was beautiful. That was genuinely beautiful. Oh, let's do that 3 more times, so we'll see what score we got for doing so. The reason for doing it a few times over is just to make sure any weirdness that might happen for us doing it this way gets ironed out.
Compassion and empathy.
Four for 4 in one location? I know, right? That was really weird. Liv's saying, probably going to switch to Folly after this run, should help speed it up a bit, maybe. Maybe not, honestly, because Folly just gives you a random key. Doesn't mean it's one that you need. So, if we still have to get the other keys anyway, there's only a 1 in 4 chance you're even generating what would have been the quote-unquote last key. So, could help, but not necessarily. Anyway, see our score as we go. I don't think there is. No, I don't see a space for it. No. But yeah, if you want to try Folly, you're absolutely welcome to bring Folly along. Yeah, I'm now going to hard camp this location because I have my key. So there's no reason for me to go wandering off. Man, I always forget just how easy to obliterate some of these enemies are. Because like this Gruzzling, you can hit it so hard, so fast, that it actually just dies. It doesn't even get time to split. It's always fun when you can pull that off. Alright, we just need the purple key to show its face now. The, I don't even know what I'd call that shape. The switch shape? The, switchboard shape? Bit of a weird one to look at. You think it's a wave? The dark blue or purple one, you think that looks like a wave? I mean, who might say otherwise? The blue one, I mean. We've been over this before now. I've I've identified the colour of it. It is definitely a light purple. It has too high of a red quotient in there to be considered simply blue. Alright, X up on location. Plug him in. One down. Two down. Three down. Oh, that sounded so nice. Four down.
New conduits coming online
Oh.
momentarily. Steady yourself.
Yeah, so there is a beige or gold colored one. There is a cyan one. There is a lavender one, and there is a white one, which is still a very weird selection of colors to pick. Very, very weird selection of colors to pick, especially when you consider red-green color blindness. The most common form of color blindness, and the reason to pick certain colors. That's not lavender? Alright. I'll tell that to the lavender plants in my garden. Certainly within lavender, lilac, that kind of area. To call it simply blue is incorrect. I should know, my logo is fucking blue. That is blue. There are many blues, but they don't usually come with a distinct red tint to it. Now. But for those who have difficulty discerning such colours, well, c'est la vie. Gold gun mark. Yeah, I don't have a key, so I should go grab it if it's not grabbed. Did I pass it over? I don't see the mark anymore. But I do see it up here. There we go. That was one distant key. Now someone calls it indigo?
Has appeared. Hooray!
Maybe, yeah. I just ran all the way over back here, but I actually need to be over this side. My bad on that. Alright, 3 people have keys. We just need the white one to show up again. Keep your heads on a swivel for the key. I mean, it's not dropped yet. It still says docket required. Oh, there we go. Yo! Naf, thank you very much for dropping the 5 gifted subs to the community there. Much appreciated. Much appreciated indeed. I hope you're doing well today. We have a mania somewhere. You look a symbol more than colour. I mean, understandable. When the symbol is also hard to describe, it gets a little bit problematic, because we got eye, we've got sentient core, opal, bead, sideways eye, we have hourglass, and then we have thing. 4 X's, we all plug them in, we're all good. So far so good, one more yet to do, there it is. And we got one more round to go.
Think you can handle another set of conduits?
Symbols are just Requiem glyphs? I mean, that doesn't make it better. It just makes it still hard to communicate, because, for the love of God, I'm not going to remember the Requiem glyph names to match to their symbols. I'll be quite honest with you. They do not come up enough in my life for that. Yeah. It's overall a interesting set of design decisions that have led to that. They could use ABCD, they could have used different shapes, different colours, just in general. But yeah, ABCD could have worked. I suppose not trying to confuse it with rotations, like the confusion that happens with spy vaults. I could understand that. But then we also have that same thing with interceptions. And yeah, the shapes in other disruption missions are a little better to communicate, but still, it's the same colours. It's odd. It's a thematic design choice that then leads to communication difficulty, which is just odd. It is just odd. Right, I'm on location now with the gold key. A little bit weird to carry, but it works. Just kind of strapped under my arm, I guess. Aren't all words Warframe grammatically appropriate but confusing, like Sagatra and Sayandana? I'll be honest, I don't really know the origin of the word Sayandana, but it's not like all things are confusing. No. There's also the matter of you're referencing the name of something which you only care about in the arsenal versus a not even displayed name used as a justification for a symbol which is just placed on a screen next to other symbols that are similarly hard to describe in a mission. White has been dropped, and Cyan has been dropped. I can see on the UI, both say collect dockets. People need to go collect those. Right, someone's grabbed themselves Cyan, so I don't need to mark that one. No Xing just yet, because we need everyone on location. Ah, Regnak and I are both holding gold. That's what's gone wrong. So I'm going to drop this one. Regnak is going to stick with it. And this is why I stayed on location. Where is the white one? There's so many markers, but where is my marker? This way. Log him in. 3, 4. There we go. No, just needed to switch mode there. 2 down, 2 to go. Come on. 1 more. There it is. All right, we can all extract now. Sorry. Now we can all extract.
Promptly, as promised.
What's the point of this? Points.
Piss off.
Truce, this is mad. Now you'll see very briefly, Zyvo, what those points are. New mods for tower weapons were also confusingly named. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there's some explanation there, but to hell with that. To hell with learning that. Simona in Twitch saying, can you talk about the Varuna changes? I mean, it's an extremely broad topic. Good thing I've already done videos on Varuna, both on a long form and a follow-up short. But is there a specific question you have? From Ray, for disruption scoring during Operation Hostile Mergers, multiple conduits active at once adds a multiplier for your score. You also get points for conduit keys into conduit faster, and more points for quickly dispatching a demolist. Yeah, the question is, are we making good progress in terms of score? They changed Rimviz, some are saying it's a nerf. So Simran, I actually did a short on that specifically, so that's already covered, but to run it down for you, you got ads? Alright, we'll come back to that in a sec then. So, leaderboard, how did we do? We're on Deimos. Armatus. Let's have a look then. So, personal... Okay, is this one... This one's split on still... Maybe I need to leave the Sanctum Anatopica? I would very much like this to actually work. Back? Alright, just a sec. So, profile, leaderboards, disruption, Deimos, Armatus, personal, Armatus. So let's go back to Cimmerian for a moment, seeing as Warframe is Warframing. Okay. No, it doesn't show if you're only eligible for rank, because everyone has a rank. Just to very quickly demonstrate. Here, I'm 5858. So, Cimmerian, with regards to Varuna, some people are calling it a nerf. Those people don't know shit, and they seem to think that they know shit and keep talking like they know shit. To put it very simply and very bluntly, this comes up a lot, and I am so fucking tired of it. So excuse me for being a little bit blunt on this, but I've been answering this question a lot on YouTube and TikTok for people questioning without checking, and then worse, people claiming they've checked and they haven't. It's not a nerf. DE are not that dumb. DE are really not that dumb. What they did to Varuna, for those of you who missed it, is they made it where when she pounces with her 204, she no longer breaks her invis whilst pouncing. This doesn't mean she doesn't get the benefit of the critical damage on her 1. Because it's never worked that way. You've never required to break the invis to get the benefit. You get the benefit and break the invis as part of making a melee attack, but the first melee attack you're making also still gets the benefit. So just real quickly here. It says, for a short time after invisibility ends, melee attacks have increased critical damage, status chance, blah 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 blah. It says that. But that's never been the exact way it works, and if people are just reading that, stop just reading things in Warframe and expecting it to be correct. That's not how it works, unfortunately. Always been the case that DE can't describe what actually happens. Why they can't, I don't know. But they can't. If you go into game and test it yourself, and I have tested this, activate your Shroud of Dynar, activate your Orphan's Descent, jump at something, do you get the bonuses? Yes, you do. And then repeat with Arcane Crepuscular if you like. Activate Shroud of Dynar, you'll then see Crepuscular activate, then activate Orphan's Descent, then pounce at something. You'll have the strength bonus on Orphan's Descent from Crepuscular because you were invisible with Shroud of Dynar. You'll have the critical damage bonus on Orphan's Descent because Crepuscular affects it. You will not have a strength bonus from Crepuscular on Shroud of Dynar because you weren't invisible when you cast it. I feel like I've been maybe too aggressive on that, but I'll be honest, I have answered this about 20 times in the last few days, and each time I come across yet another person asking the question, no offense to yourself here, but someone asking, most of those times, I'm wondering, where did you get this idea from? I've had people claiming all kinds of ridiculous things. Truly ridiculous, and each time, it's just wrong. And I don't understand where it's coming from. It bewilders me.
It's that time again. How are we doing?
Dark Wolf Steel, thank you very much for resubscribing up onto 27 months. A lovely 3 cubed months right there. Much appreciated. Oh. Cheers, Deed. Oh, you want to hydrate behind that as well? Okay. There we are. Dark Wolf with a double sip. Sure, why not? Why not? Cimmerian saying it's because we trust what you say. I mean, trusting what I say, that's great. Trusting what I say doesn't then lead to the number of people that question it or tell me I'm wrong. Or the people that say that they've checked something when they haven't checked something. People who will write a paragraph about how they checked something but they haven't. And it's just... It is off-putting. It is exhausting, dare I say, to constantly be trying to put out the fires of people trying to make their claim in a comment section as to how Kenjanu's got something wrong, here's why. And they're just full of bullshit. I don't know where they read it from, don't know how they come to these conclusions. They're just wrong. How's strategy working? We're waiting for the game to recognize that we even did something. So I'm talking around stuff at the moment, whilst I see if the leaderboards happen to update. If they don't, I'm going to be upset, because it just stops us doing anything. Yep, okay, that's not good. Oh, no. Okay, so 4 rounds of disruption led to a bug. I can't fix that. Yeah, I can't fix that. Yeah, let me see. Can I find this one real quickly? Responses. Responded. Yeah. Now the buff from her one, Varuna's one, doesn't trigger...
2/3 of a year you've put up with me. Damn impressive.
Alright, let's put up with the interruption as well there, it's all fine. Captain Calamity of the PS5 Variety, thank you very much for resubscribing up onto 8 months. Much appreciated, cheers. Oh. No worries, Petra, you can drop out. Thank you very much for joining in so far anyway. Much appreciated. Yeah, this person was saying, now the buff from Varuna's 1 doesn't trigger when using Varuna's 4, since you don't break stealth, which also means you don't get the bonus crit damage off the Crepuscular. Lol, waiting for them to fix that. That's not how it works. Or rather, the bit they say doesn't work, does work. They're waiting for nothing. I'm just like, eh? Yeah, Crepuscular. Have they come to a conclusion? Because they thought they knew something, didn't check it, and then just died just saying shit. Similarly, things like, why would a build which focuses around Varuna's 2 yield Molt Augmented instead of Arcane Impetus? They go on to explain all the reasons Impetus is better. Chat, how many arcane slots does a Warframe have? How many arcane slots are there on a Warframe? 2! Interesting. So does this mean that when I talk about Molt Augmented on Varuna, that I am telling you to use it instead of Impetus? As you can see, I've had to take things off for testing. Let's put those back. In the short they were commenting on, that is what is displayed on screen. And they're questioning why I would talk about Molt Augmented instead of using Impetus. Help me out, please. Please. There's only so many of these I can read before I go insane. And I quote, the critical damage from Crepuscular doesn't apply to Varuna's abilities. It does. Oh, they actually replied on this one, a bit further down. So I've gone back to test it and it does increase the damage. But for some reason it's much lower than expected. Nope, it's exactly correct. For example, just hitting the Hollow Vein with nothing but blah 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 blah. I'm only going from this to that and this to that. This is exactly the point. They've completely forgotten they're getting a critical damage bonus from their first ability. The entire thing that's giving them the invisibility to activate Crepuscular. And so they're just doing the numbers without checking. Again. Like, they're trying to check, but they're not thinking about how they get to numbers. They're just seeing numbers and going, well, these aren't right. This is why it took me hours to solve that whole Varuna Harmony combo we did on a stream a few streams back. Because it's not enough to just look at a number and go, is it bigger or smaller? You have to know where it's coming from to know what you're working with. So when people jump in on, no, it doesn't work, when they haven't actually done the math themselves, to the guy who spent 6 years doing the math, it gets a little frustrating. It gets a little frustrating. So does the 4 benefit from the crit damage bonus of Crepuscular or not? Yes, it does. That's why I said it does. I thought by keeping the invis, you wouldn't get it. This one was, I thought by keeping the invis after casting that, it just kept the invis. It's like, no. I showed the exact clip of it cancelling when casting. Does this mean you don't get the damage buff from breaking stealth? No, the buff is there. Does this mean you no longer get the buff from dropping invis? No, it's always there. Like when I say I've had this come up this many times, it is comment after comment after comment. So many. Oh. It's not just 1 or 2. It genuinely been a couple dozen. So yeah. Rant over. This has given plenty of time for the game to recognize our amazingness, just in case there was some weird delay in leaderboards. Is it definitely not going to load it? Yeah. Okay. It broke. That's unfortunate. Yeah, hasn't shown it for Liv, didn't show it for Petra. It broke. God damn it. LU saying there's a thread on the forums about this issue, and last I looked there was some vague numbers alone, now thing unresolved. Every single person who thinks they have an issue can first of all demonstrate, 1, what they're doing, and 2, why they think what they're doing should be leading to a different result. The ownership of claiming something is broken is on the people claiming it is broken. I'm this close to just starting to respond to everyone who says it doesn't work that way. It does. They don't want to give proof? Fine. I've checked and double checked to make sure I'm not missing out on these bits and pieces. There are people who will claim that multi-shot is additive to pure damage on beams like the Encaus. It's not. I don't know where the fuck they got it from. From Laugh Luna, so the thing about Crepuscular, oh, here we go, is that it doesn't usually give the strength bonus to the power that makes you invisible. Well, yeah, not usually, it doesn't. Because if you're not invisible when you cast, you don't get it. But the crit damage bonus it gives you doesn't care about snapshotted ability stats, so if the ability that makes you invisible also does damage that can crit, it'll benefit from the crit damage bonus. Yeah. Because by that point you're now invisible, and the hit happens. Actually, come to think of it, wait, hang on. What ability makes you invisible and deals damage? Which ability is that, Luna? Specifically a critical damage. Which ability does that? Smokescreen with Augment? Didn't think Smokescreen augmented or otherwise did critical damage. Not damage? Well, that's not the question then. Grants critical chance. Yeah, that's not deals critical damage. So no. Which one is it, Luna? Because I can't think of one. Octavia can do damage to your emotions. Thanks, King Goblins. Much appreciated. Invisara from Avara doesn't deal damage. That creates invisibility. Sight, still, no. Sight-9 goes invisible. And then separately can shoot things and do stuff. The invisibility doesn't deal damage. This is why I'm asking Luna for it, because Luna's the one who brought up the point of it won't give the strength, but it will give the crit damage on the attack there, but I can't think of a single thing that does both. Not one. Anyway, right, we know Petra is out. But we should still have a Regnak, and we should still have a Liv. If not, let me know. And we'll have one more space available for someone else who would like to join in on this. We're going to do a single round this time and see if Armitus will give us the points. If it doesn't, we're just going to have to give up on Armitus and go somewhere else. Some way, somehow, I'd like to have this work over there, because, quite frankly, not having nullified demolishers is more fun. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Why it's working for other people, I don't know. Not my concern. Ellie, you looking to join in? Splendid. But yeah, that's just... This is still... Ash joining Bladestorm with Arcane Trickery without being invisible prior to doing so. Okay, so Ash joining Bladestorm with Arcane Trickery without being invisible prior to doing so. Okay. I see what you're creating there. So you've got an ability has happened. So it has decided the strength of the ability. But the critical damage decided on hit. And so the critical damage can increase during the ability, but the strength doesn't. In that very specific instance. And that's because the ability is a set amount of strength, but critical damage is variable because it is rolled based on which crits are rolled in the moment. Honestly, I'll give you that. That is a exceedingly niche but interesting demonstration of that effect. Fair credit to you, Luna. Fair credit. Yeah. Get a key, wait for signal, put in, kill demo. Correct, Elio, yes. Once everyone has a key, a different key. Once everyone has a different key, we then do the mass annihilation of the round. And we're just going to do it once, extract, see if we got the points without me needing to go back to Orbiter. If that works, then we can just get on with doing the actual test I wanted to do today, which is how far can we take it. Secret menu request, let's go with Fade. Yeah, Fade's a nice one. Oh, I switched to my other Lavos build. Okay, well I've got more range and I haven't got Raw. Oh well. And before leaderboards update on the hour? They don't, but nice idea. We have meddled with leaderboards before now. Some way, somehow, just the run failed. It just didn't get leaderboarded. How is entirely beyond me. Is a Talon Strike considered an ability? Here, Goblins, I really don't know on that one. I'm fairly certain it's not considered an ability in a classic sense, but also I can tell you it doesn't gain strength bonuses, and because it's your Opera Drifter casting, I don't know if Crepuscule would apply to it, even though we use our Warframe to swing it. It's, yeah, there's a lot of... I can't really answer that on that one. Alright, I have got the gold docket. It dropped on the gold conduit. It is a fun little thing. Oh, I hear a... Where is it? I hear a thing. Where is the thing I hear? It's in here. Is it? Wait. They despawn? That they do, yeah. Yeah, there is a light blue somewhere on the map. A cyan, sorry, somewhere on the map for someone to grab. It's on top. Oh! Damn verticality. Yep, there it is. Just get some kill stacks on this thing. It is currently very weak. There we go. Oh, yep. Xing up. Roll X. Let's go, go, go. All triggered. Oh, that's supposed to be incarnate. My one down. 2 down. 3 down. 4 down. Alright, everyone extract.
Mr. Granham, sir, I know you are a man of reason. So I ask of you the courtesy of a slight extension on this term's payment. Entrati artifacts are very difficult to
There we
come
are.
by. And that
Drusus Thelonious Lavarian. Do you
And with wonderful.
No. I desire
You exist to strike,
so
you strike to win.
Very, very good. Let's see if we actually get some points this time.
We've had a few setbacks, but we are going to crack on.
So, profile, leaderboards, disruption, Deimos, personal rank. Theory. Maybe we need to start it from not the star chart. Let's just go back in through the doorway here, do one round, come back out. Maybe it's something to do with the open worldiness of this place. Warframe. It would explain why there's a low top score on it. If people queuing in from a obvious queue location don't actually get queued into the leaderboard. Luna say, it occurs to me, as you kill demos, the conduit stops being active. I hypothesize the absolute highest you get is kill all 4 simultaneously. The problem is that there's going to be an order of operations. So the game is going to process one of them dying before the others, no matter what. And for that to count as all 4 dying at the same time for points purposes would require some kind of weird race condition or otherwise. Or to have a very weird timing window. I find it more likely that the point bonus will be based on when the conduit is activated, rather than when something is killed. So if you've got one activated, it's currently at 1 times, but then if another one is activated before it completes, it goes up. And then up, and then up to the max of 4. If I were to code it myself, that's how I go about it, to ensure the multiplier applied across the full spread. Now it could be that they've decided not to do that and it does just go down as you complete them. But if that's the case, I find it very, very unlikely that they're going to give you a way to cheese it past that with frame perfect killing. Now, that is all hypothesis, I'll be honest, because we don't really have a way to test these kind of things effectively or efficiently.
Oh, great.
Too many moving parts.
Whistling in your area.
Also, I didn't switch build again. Oops.
I look at it, and I want to spit or split.
Oh, no, we're not doing the buck. More important things to do.
You wrong.
More important. Okay, so we got 2 people carrying dockets so far. 2 to go. The way for me to know whether I'm carrying a docket or not, I could look at the docket, but it's easier for me to notice my weapon. If I'm on my latum, I'm carrying a docket. Murmur are definitely interesting enemy designs, absolutely, no disagreement on that. But yeah, the weak point bit still hurts me. Introducing weak point weapons doesn't give a faction weak points on all their units. It's like, why? Early for go is Wednesday. Well, good thing I remembered, eh? At least I remembered. Everyone else is allowed to forget and rely on notifications and whatnot. Unless, you know, for your own jobs. Yours truly is here. That was a surprisingly high hit. Alright, we are at 3 out of 4 dockets. The 4th docket, white one once again. Last to drop. Here it is. Someone has dropped their docket. Please do be careful of that. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm holding a docket right now, does it? But I definitely am. From this side? What docket? This side? Oh, there it is. Alright. Someone is carrying a duplicate docket because no one's coming to collect this white one. So, which two of you are both stood next to the same conduit? Have a look. Nope, you've definitely got a different docket there, Liv. I think it's going to be the other two then. They're both stood next to the same conduit and they don't realise it. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Regnak has gold. Eliu has just realised they are stood next to Regnak, who also has gold. Guys, this is why we got the whole standing next to your conduit. So you can see if someone is stood right next to you. Why don't you come and grab this white docket over here? You didn't Regnak there. I get it. There we go. Alright, everyone get in position and X up when you're there. This is why we're doing these practice rounds. Get used to the process. And test if it actually works. Can someone manifest in Ellie's room and slap them, please? That pun is terrible. One down. 2 down. 3 down. 4 down. Perfect. Right, let's extract and see if we get a score this time. If we don't get a score this time, we'll switch to a new mission. I'm not going to play it out if it keeps bugging out.
Extension on this term's payment. Entrati artifacts are very difficult to come by, and that
Drusus Thelonious Laverian. Do you think me a gullible man? No. I desire precision.
Impatient? Me? No. Don't know why I'd ever give you that idea.
Clearly states the penalty for missed payment is
You resist to strike. You strike to win. The lesson there.
You had a full 6 hours of insomnia last night? Oof. Not fun. Not fun. Hello, Queen. Okay, so, bit of a long run, but did it give us what we're looking for? Which is presence on a leaderboard. Disruption, Deimos, Armateurs. Adam Alec, thank you very much for the 54 months of support there. That is absolutely lovely. Much appreciated once again, and I hope you have yourself a wonderful day. This does not bring joy. Maybe Relog will fix it. The thing is, it's not popping up for all 4 of us, Ozzy. It's not popping up for all 4 of us, and that is... Summit broke. I don't know what it is, but something broke, so we're just not going to do that anymore. We're going to go to a different mission entirely. To activate Perigel trait on Necromex is not the easiest. That I can well imagine, yes. They do lie about where their weak spot is. So that is rough. At the time? I don't know why the Oh! Kappa said the time. Yeah. Why does it auto emoji? Because you typed out the emoji. Kappa. You typed Kappa. That is Kappa. All emotes on Twitch are automatic. When you type the emote, it happens if you have access to it. That's why if you type LOL in all caps, it's just LOL. But if you type LOL in all caps, it changes. Yeah. You'd wager Jupiter's the highest chance of working since they added that first. That's quite the wager. I'm not going to take you on it. Let's just not. Instead we're going to go to what was always the backup plan disruption. So yeah, let's just do that. Here we go. Right then. Now, one positive with this, at least in terms of the issues we've been having, is that I already have a score on this, a score that I earned just prior to the stream. So we know this should work. If it does not work now, I will play Minecraft. I'll think of something else to do. Oh, are you guys worried that I didn't change my build? Did you not notice me change the build? Sorry, was that too efficient for you? Yeah, I remembered to change the build. I did it through the navigation screen, because you can do that. Alright, 1 key acquired. I'm gonna go stand next to my conduit. Make it very evident if someone has a duplicate. Just gonna perch here. Shoot. I am the sentinel now. Streamer should listen to his mods. I mean, mods are a suggestion. Lies you with a hydrate? Cheers. See, the mods don't even know where I live, but I know where the majority of my mods live. Not that I'd ever use that information in such a manner. That would be completely inappropriate. Seemed worth mentioning. Alright, we are just 1 key short at the moment. It is somewhere on the ground, so someone needs to collect it. Everyone's got a key, so let's X up once we're in position. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4. Good, now we can start killing them. I saw a marker over this way, so I'm going to go kill the one over here. I dare say these ones feel like they spawn further away as well. Given by the amount of time it's taking most people to kill theirs, I think they're finding the same thing. Liv is down. You were? There we go. Okay, cool. Right, let's all extract. Liv can double check they're on the right build, and we can see if we got points. We should all have the same points, and so we should be able to compare notes. Yeah.
And so we learn the importance of clarity and purpose.
Just go back to Deja? Fair enough. Fair enough. Alright. Let's have a look, shall we? Please. So we were on Sedna, Kappa. There's me with 1088, which is what I got solo. I don't see my allies with me. I guess none of you lot are in the clan either, but... are you all not in the clan? Okay. Regnak does not have a score, apparently. Okay. Since when does Mouse Go for this show you the glyph that... Wait, what the... Has that always been a thing? Huh. So you can mouse over the glyph to see what glyph it is now. Okay. Big engineer. Okay. Huh. So do I know. But yeah, Liv seeing no score, Regnak seeing no score. I'm going to assume Eliu probably not seeing a score as well, which then leads me to go, what is happening? Why is this squad unable to get a score? I have one final test then, before I just give up on this entire endeavor and go, something broke somewhere somehow. One final test. We're going to do the disruption mission again, but this time we're not going to hold the keys. We're just going to slam them all in. Maybe putting in all the keys at the same time is actually leading to an issue, which no one would notice because who the hell looks at the goddamn leaderboards? So we're going to do one final test on that basis. Just slam the keys in the moment you get them. Just bap, 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 bap. And see if that gives a score to the rest of the squad who don't currently have one. If that doesn't make something happen, I don't know how we can make anything happen with the plan today. It's the real annoying bit. I suppose I could try and do it solo all the way through, but that would be a little bit less fun, a little bit more panic. Alright, we are on location. There is a locker. I'm just going to open it because I can. Was I solo in the earlier testing? Yes, I was. It was barely testing. It was just, I did a round where I did 1, then 2, then 3, then 4 conduits in that round. And then I did another run where I did all 4 conduits popped, well, almost all 4 conduits popped, and then killed the demolishers. And the reason being is that I would have had all 4 spawned at once, but my companion killed one of the demolishers whilst I was on the way to plug in the next key. And it's exactly that I wanted to avoid by having a squad, because then the demolishers theoretically shouldn't be next to anyone that quick. Oh, that's already done. Well, that's nice. I'll find another key. No enemies over here. Enemies have just kind of ceased, I guess. Are they all over here? Yep, there's a whole load of them over here. My god, it's a party. I know I wasn't invited, but I can still crash it. There we go. Okay, wow. We're done. I didn't bucket a single key this round, but that's fine. You still can't tell between key holders and non-key holders. So for most missions, it's heavy units can have keys. That is things like your heavy gunners, bombards, and Xmas units. In Deimos specifically, everyone can drop a key. There is no specific unit group. So, that's it.
Your will was greater. This is good.
Alright, 2.5 minutes, in and out, nice and simple. Let's have a look. You must when we've killed anything that moves? I mean, that's the correct thing to do because you kill an enemy, a new enemy spawns. The enemy that spawns might be a key holding unit. So that's it, really. Okay, let's have a look at that leaderboard, shall we? Profile, leaderboards, disruption, Sedna, Kappa, personal. My score hasn't changed. And yeah, I can't have a look at the rest of you, so I'm going to need you guys to have a look. Liv is saying, nope, not showing. Well, Luna, nice hypothesis. We've just proven that's not the case. Something about the squad is not working. Likely leaderboarded solo missions? Nope. Because if we go back to profile leaderboards, blah 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 blah. We just did Sedna, top players, matching scores. Matching scores like that do not happen unless you're in a squad together. So no. Right, okay. Despite the fact we've reformed the squad in bits and pieces, we're going to do a complete reset. I'm just going to close the game and reopen it. Maybe my squadding is cursed. So let's just exit the game and reload the whole lot. This shouldn't have any effect, but I have tried everything else. I'm taking increasingly drastic steps to make this work. This is the most drastic I'm going to take. If this doesn't work, I'm actually out of ideas at that point. I guess I'll just have to solo it. And if solo doesn't generate a score, I'm really fucked. At that point, it's pinging DE Zach and going, hi, content creation not working, please help. Game broke. We won't be able to do anything about it, but I could still ping him and give him a slightly worse day. So yeah. Alright. Warframe. There it is. Let's rebuild the squad. Squad mates, please send me a message in game so I can bring you back in. That's 1. That is 2. That is 3. I don't know why I need to sing that, but I do. It's how we stave off the insanity. Okay, so once again, grab key, shove them in, mission done, out in 2.5 minutes, easy peasy. Here's bike. Took my insanity. To insanity and beyond. Remember, guys, they don't call it bugframe for nothing. Alright. You're on location. Let's just go killing again. Roar active. Zorus go burr. Is key. Where key conduit go here.
Unit coming in fast. That thing bows and you can kiss the conduit goodbye.
One detective that way. Regnak is on it. I'm gonna go this way. I appear to have a fire boost. Oh, it's gone. Alright, cool, you got that one. Excellent, they just did not want to spawn near me, but that's fine. Another key up over here. Eliu's got it, that's fine. You got that demolisher before I even could see it, that's fine.
Demo units looking to depart this mortal coil.
Can I guess where this one's coming from? Is it through here? Nope. So it spawned back over with them. I've seen none of these demolishers, but that's fine. Let's extract and see what score we got.
Yeah, we just got here.
Surely this time it'll
Way
work.
ahead of you. Time to hit the pub.
You are a blade. You exist to strike. You strike to win.
Surely this time.
Lesson ends.
Demos are camera shy. Either that, or honestly, we just got a squad that's just that strong. I don't need to carry this squad. Very happy for that. Okay. I shouldn't see a change in my score because of the way we're doing it, but the rest of you should now see a score. Sedna, Kappa, personal rankings. Yeah, mine's not changed. Think any of us no, we're not in the clan together, that's fine. Liv saying nope. Odo saying nope. Ali saying nope. Okay, down to my final test. Thank you very much, LU, Liv, and Regnac for suffering through that. Yeah. Just click normal mode when doing Steel Path. So, fun fact, the Steel Path boards actually are combined. So if I go Disruption, Sedna, Steel Path players, you can see Kara Queen up there, 51393. And if I go to the normal mode one, same again. For some reason, the normal and Steel Path versions of Disruption are combined on the boards. That's done? That it is done, yes. What's the fastest I've ever completed a Disruption round? I think it's where we managed to get a full Folly squad to absolutely pop off, so it's done in less than a minute. It took a lot of work to get that to happen, and it was very far from consistent, but we did get it to happen. Right, given what I'm going to have to do now, I'm going to switch over to Wukong. Let's see here. Let's do... Let's think about this. Yeah, let's go with this Wukong. I'll be fine. You know, I'm not going to switch that from invite only. I'll leave it on that. In case that's having an effect. I don't think it is, but in case it's having an effect. Let's go. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do is generate all 4 keys, and then I'm going to exit, because that should give me a higher score than what I got earlier. So that is the goal. 4 keys and go. I'm going to try and not die in the process. Yes, I know I'm playing Wukong, but still. Okay, so 1 key is on the ground. The white one first this time, go figure. I think another white key just dropped. That's mildly frustrating, but it is what it is. Damn, you can really tell the difference between when I hit the headshot first and when I don't. Alright, don't need the key just yet. 3 keys on the ground. 1 to go. Let's get rid of that if I can. Get me more shots than that. Maybe that's enough. There we go. Can't shoot it, it's through the ceiling. Reloading. There we go. All 4 keys are identified. Let's move these into their positions. So this one goes here. Does it? Yep. We need the purple one down here. I need to grab the gold one out to the other side. And then let's go grab the white one. White one is there. That's one. Oops, wrong turn. Gonna slow this down. 2. 3. Is gonna get squeaky. 4.
Demo unit coming in fast. That thing bows and you can kiss
Where are
the
they?
conduit goodbye.
Where's my target? Damn it. Oh, that one's getting close. Two. 3. 4. Nailed it.
Care to live up to your reputation and try again?
It is doable. It is doable to hit all 4 solo, having spawned all 4.
This is good.
I don't like how tight that is. Okay. Let's see. Mr. Ragnar just did a solo run, no score. Live, no score. Yay. Did I get an improved score? Or did nothing change on that one? Profile, leaderboards, disruption, Sedna, steel path. No change. I have one new final theory. LU, Regnak, Live, are you good for one more try? One more theory? So, once again, we are going to grab all the keys. We're going to wait until we have all 4. We're going to plug them in. Once we have all got ourselves on location, X in chat. Once we do that, one round, we'll extract, and we'll have a look at our scores again there. And we're going to go off Steel Path. Off it. There's no way the combined leaderboards is actually a result of the Steel Path one pointing to the normal ones, and thus not showing the Steel Path data. And we've been running Steel Path this whole time, causing it to not show. Surely that's not the case this whole time. I think it might be. Considering I tested on normal mode, and it's the only difference that is left to stand out. And given just how weird it is that it's showing the boards, I think that is actually the case. And would once again explain why there's such a weirdly low score on some disruptions, because those disruptions are usually run by players who are well advanced into the game, and thus will probably just choose Steel Path anyway. Whereas those who are farming Sedna are farming for Gauss. And someone who's farming for normal Gauss is usually less far into the game. And so, what, normal mode. So maybe that is the case, and that's why I'm seeing the disparity of the scores, and the lack of scores so far in our tests. Oh, I'm an idiot, I plugged it in. Sorry guys, whatever, you'll still get a score, I just won't be able to improve on mine. Fuck it, just plug them in as soon as you get them, we just need to see you get a score. Just plug them in. It is so easy to get. Let's just go with muscle memory and play on autopilot. Might as well do Deimos if it works. Yeah. Absolutely. I still think the round's going to be faster there, and I still think just not having to worry about nullifiers is more fun. But yeah. If this works, we will switch back to Armitage. And then encounter a new bug there and cry. Down here? Nope. Over this way. Nope. Which means LU must be on it. LU's got the marker. Oh, nope, nope. LU's not on it. Got him. Alright, extract.
Live up to your reputation.
Ah, Liv's gonna have to leave after this test. That's fair enough, Liv. That is absolutely fair enough. Boy, oh boy, has this been a little bit more of an experience. And if it turns out it is just the whole steel path thing, that's just... Ah. The worst thing about these kinds of issues is that when you find out what the issue was, it feels ridiculously obvious in hindsight, but you need to get there first. Once you know, of course you know. It's figuring out what you don't know and what could be involved. Just, you have to pick something. Okay. Give me the good news. Do you have a score now for Sedna Kappa Disruption? Yes. 770. Okay. There we go. The Steel Path Disruption currently doesn't have access to the leaderboards. Yeah, I'm going to bug report that now. It's taken up so much of the stream, I'm frustrated enough. I'm just going to bug report that right now. Let's go over here. Okay, let's just make sure that is all good. Yep. That's a bug report. Cool, that's sent. Liv, thank you very much for joining in. And get us at least to the point where we know how to do the entire point of the stream now. That's just... That's a new one to me. And you just know, D's QA team and bug fixing team, they're going to pick up that bug report. They're going to receive, they're just going to look at it like, why do you care? There's A tier bugs, which are utterly game breaking, unplayable, needs fixing now. There's B tier bugs, which are game destroying, should be fixed as a matter of priority. There's C tier bugs, which are, honestly, not the end of the world, but kind of frustrating when you encounter. There's D tier bugs, which are, okay, who really cares? They're just kind of there. We'll get around to it if we've got time. This is a G tier bug. We're skipping a few extra letters with this one. Oh, for goodness sake. Cheers, Ragnar. God damn it. Okay, right. With that in mind, and with Liv no longer in the squad, we have a space available for someone who would like to join us on normal mode. Normal mode disruption over in Armatus on Deimos. So if you do not yet have Dante, or if you just like to have the Axial Elix and Endo that comes with it as well, then definitely send a message in game. We'll be doing this strategically to try and get the most amount of points we can per round. Which I'm still fairly certain works the way I think it works, but we're gonna see. There we are. I am all set. At the very least, you don't need as powerful a setup to get started, but level scaling will kick in. Disruption is relatively quick on that. Luna's saying there's also bugs that take literally one person like 5 minutes whilst they're between other tasks. Bug fixes of opportunity, so to speak. They're usually G2 alone, just have to be quick fixes. I mean, yeah. Every now and then, I imagine there'll be developers who just get to go, fuck it, I've only got a few minutes. What's on the quality of life fix list? Oh, here's a ticket, let's close that one. They're just looking at it. Oh, that's easy. Yeah, it's just pointing to the wrong section. Fixed. Yay! Here you go, line manager. Right, fixed another ticket. Point on the board, whatever KPIs they're handling. I've never actually worked that job. I just hear enough about it that I can piece half of it together. But damn, that's just... It's such a tiny little bug, and yet somehow has cost us 1.5 hours. And when you combine the number of people involved in that, the people testing it here on stream, the number of you watching it, technically that's cost us, what? Over 100 hours? Depending on just what peak of viewers we had, maybe up as far as 200 hours? Technically? Now, that's not like you guys have been unentertained the entire time. You didn't have a black screen in front of you, but still. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Anyway, we do need one more person to actually make full value out of this. So if you'd like to join in on this disruption run, anyone is welcome to join in. You just gotta send me a message in game, the engineer, ! Join in the chat if you don't know how to do that. First come, first serve, and then we shall indeed do the grind. And it should be fairly profitable. It should be fairly profitable. You got to listen to me get annoyed in real time? Yeah! Which led to a nice, lovely, annoyed rant about something completely unrelated regarding Varuna and how people talk about changes. It's just, I'm closing that tab with all the comments on it. I don't look because I'll find another thing to rant about, won't I? We don't want that. We don't need yet another pointless, mindless rant. We just need someone in the squad, so we have a 4-man. That's all we need. And there we go, we have got our forward ductile wheel! Absolutely, come on in. Oh, yep, that worked. Alright, okay, so, quick reminder of the plan. We're on normal mode, but the levels are going to scale up, so prepare accordingly. We are going to collect all 4 keys. When you have a key, stand by your conduit while shooting other enemies, so people can see if they've accidentally picked up the same key. If you pay attention to the UI, you should avoid that happening by seeing it say collect docket or insert. Excuse me. Once we have all 4 keys, you'll type an X into chat to sound off that you're on location. We see 4 X's, bam, keys in. And then just wipe out the demolishers. They usually spawn closer on Deimos than they do on other planets, so this should be quicker. They don't have nullifying fields, so this should be quicker. Shoot them in the back for maximum results. Let's do this. Nope. Abilities are faster and use no energy. Yay! Feels weird that the Zorus unprimed just blew up that guy, but alright. That's just what we get. Low level. Point and click adventure. Yep, point and click adventure. I hear a, there it is. A Volca. You can see drop keys on the map regardless of how far you are. Yes, however the minimap does get a little bit busy with icons, and the icon for a key and the icon for the matching conduit are very similar. It's mildly frustrating. Okay, 2 people have got docket so far. I still need mine to turn up. Lu has been revived. Something happened to Ellie. God knows what. Let's see. This is a new one. Good, good, good. I need to be on location with the white conduit. Yes, y'all. Please do not be dying on the first round of not Steel Path. That would be embarrassing. Ellie has been revived again. Have you got a pet called Eliu? Are you pulling a mirror lab on me? Nope, your pet is not called... Something's happening over there.
Oh, great. Gruzzling in your area.
Yay, and gruzzling. You're trying to look with the codec scans? Oh dear. Yeah, please no die. Please. Oh, Zara, we're doing well enough. Hope you're doing well today. We have been mildly inconvenienced by bugs, but we're okay. Yep, everyone's got a docket, so let's start Xing up. Ellie says I'm on the right location. Yep. Everyone is X'd. Fire, fire, fire. Oh shit, that was right on me. I think this is my one actually coming from in here. Yep, there it is. Wonderful. Alright. We're just going to play this one out. No extracting. Everything should be working. So we're just going to go for a few rounds. Is there someone who is in-game at the moment, not in the squad, who could check the disruption leaderboard for Deimos Armatus? Just let me know what the top score is. Scores finally show up? Yeah, normal mode only, Ray. Normal mode only. Steel Path is bugged to actually show normal mode scores. I've submitted a bug report. 18k is top. Okay, so if we do 19 rounds, we should almost certainly have top score. So 19 rounds, that's the goal. The reason I based it on that is that I got 1088 when I did the solo scuffed run on Sedna. I figure here with proper runs we're getting well over 1,000. So yeah. Top of all players? Yeah, top of all players is correct, because that will give you the toppest of top. Like, very aggressive grinder profile level of top. Okay. We have 2 people holding dockets. There is another docket on the ground somewhere for someone to grab. This is good. I definitely have... Yep, definitely have the eye. Here it is. Oh, okay. Another fast ability cast. We take it. Just gonna move back to my spot. All the enemies are spawning anywhere other than where I am. Well, that's fine. You forgot that I'll deal psychic damage occasionally? I do have that effect sometimes, don't I? If I is white, then we have a dupe. I is gold. Because white is a seed or an opal or something, whereas gold is an actual eye because it has the circle in the middle. Yeah, you see? The shapes are stupid. I have gold. Yes, I recently inflicted a small dose of psychic damage against the creator Discord channel. Not recently, well, not too distantly. Just a cheeky little joke with regards to AI. I was adequately rewarded with disgusted responses. I say I'm not entirely sure. There's 2 people at 18326 on top players. So there's someone else entirely on top Ghost Clan. 18326. Are you sure that someone else is someone else and not the name of the Ghost Clan, Ellie? Just to be very clear on that, you haven't mistaken the name of a clan for the name of a person, have you? Also, where is this last docket? Holy hell. There we go. Alright. Sound off. 1, 2. Come on. 3, 4. Send it. That is indeed what Ellie has done. Oh, Ellie. Precious. Just precious. Alright, so this is definitely a little slow, because we're trying to get that key to spawn, and the last key has a 1 in 4 chance of each key drop of being the right one. Like, this is pretty much verifying my concern as to how keys are decided on drop, rather than decided on spawn of the unit. and therefore if we're holding keys but not putting them in, we're slowing down the mission. But it should give us better points per round, so maybe that works out. Maybe. How's testing going? It's working. We got what should be a setup. We just need to complete 19 rounds of disruption. We should be good. Should being the operative word. So, Ellie, what you're seeing there is what is the highest score of someone in a clan of that size. So, the Ghost Clans, it's showing you here are the Ghost Clans ordered by the highest score of someone in that clan. So it shows which clan is on top. And then if people in the same mission belong to different clans, multiple clans will be sharing that score then. If those clans are different sizes, they'll be split across the different clan size tables. Alright, I'm not carrying a key this time, am I? No, I'm not. No. Switch to the Burston to make it easier for me to tell. We saw the enemies? Honestly, yeah, these enemy spawns are terrible. Like, I know we're a little split up at the moment, but there's only 2 rooms. These enemy spawns are diabolically bad. And, I think Xenos was complaining about this the other day. Actually, I've seen a few people complaining about it. Waiting for 4 keys is better than rushing. It is my theory that waiting for 4 is better than rushing for points per round. Whether that is more efficient on time basis is up in the air. As for the first key drop, we're guaranteed to get a key we didn't already have. Someone's got this one. I'm going to drop that. For the second key drop, it's 3 and 4 each kill. For the third key drop, it is a 2 and 4, so 1 in 2 chance. And then for the fourth key drop, it's 1 in 4. So theoretically, you need 1 kill for the first key. And then, what's that, 1.3 kills for the second, 2 kills for the third, 4 kills for the fourth, rather than 1, 1, 1, 1. Because you're just putting in whatever key you get straight away. Was that a Necromite that just blew up? I thought you couldn't kill them. I saw enemy color, I shot it, but I realized after the fact it was a Necromite. They're killable now, but there was another one I couldn't kill earlier. What? Mikey over here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Moving to location. Let's start doing the X's. 2, 3. Where's the 4th? 4th! Fire! Oh, there's only 1 there and he got it already. Beautiful. Beautiful round.
Think you can handle another set of conduits?
Yeah, wasn't there one in this room that was indestructible? Yeah, right there. Necromite. Nope, okay. Yeah. Somehow I missed that one. Okay. Huh. Huh. Huh.
Marking a nearby Grosling. They always have dockets. And probably half my library.
Got half his library? That's a lot of Grosling theft. I believe it. Groslings are problematic. Okay, let's see. Insert docket, which means multiple golds are in the game. One drop down here. Collect docket. That's a new one. Thank you. Would Folly in squad be preferable for this? So Folly can spawn keys, but she basically is just another key drop. Once you know the rotation of it, sure, you can decide whether or not it's the right time to use her drop. The thing is, if you use her at the start of the round, okay, yeah, you've got a key drop, but that was the easiest bit. The hardest bit is getting the key we don't yet have. And that makes it a lot less valuable for what we're trying to pull off here. If we were just trying to do any conduit ASAP, then yeah, follow would be great. But we're not. Oh yeah, folly keys also despawn, so you need to know which one it is, then get to the point of knowing that it's the fourth one to grab, and then casting it so that you still have it in time for it to work. That's a very good point, Liv. So yeah, folly is actually just no good for this. Why is stream only at 480p? Your internet is shit. Switch it to source. Let's check on my end. It said 1080 earlier. Yep, still 1080. Yeah, Twitch does this thing where it'll sometimes just downgrade your result. Sorry, your resolution for no reason. Why do you not have source? Okay, then your internet is really shit. Yeah. Just refresh Petra, see if it pops back. You gotta remember that Twitch is a small indie company, and so consistent results for everyone is really hard to do. If things just start bugging out and features start vanishing, I mean, that's what happens at a small startup out in the sticks. They only have a little bit of money. Yeah. You're just stuck in the lower res dimension? Oof. Just... oof. I honestly wish I could do something to improve that for you, but Twitch has told you to do one. Only here for the voice anyway? Yeah, that is one of the plus sides, is that thankfully the bit that we notice when it goes wrong, which is audio, doesn't require anywhere near as much data. You can have a blurry visual experience so long as the audio still comes through nice enough. Do I think you can fail an excavation mission? Yes. Yes, you can. If you run out of lives, you're dead. Mission over. Man, this white docket really does not want to drop, does it? And the enemy spawns are not particularly helping. Other than dying. So, I don't know if there is a failure condition other than dying. There may be a condition of you've not done something for long enough, but that's the same as just completely AFKing. That's not failing the mission so much as abandoning the mission. For straight up failure case, I don't think there is one. If you're not counting dying, which is the failure case, yeah, I don't think there is one. Another duplicate. That's gonna happen. I'm just gonna stand here and just do some quick numbers for y'all. So if we're assuming that it is indeed a 1 in 4 chance of getting the desired docket, 10 key drops still has a more than 5% chance of not giving us the key we want. However, the key we want has just been found, so X on location. That's 3, 4, send it. None of them spawned on my side. I need to move over here. 1 down, 2 down. 3 down. 4 down. Beautiful. Yeah, that definitely took a while, didn't it?
Payment. Promptly. As promised.
Is everyone on the same platform? No, we do have a Ductile Wheel who is on console. Undeclared one.
Until the next phase do.
Christopher will say, I found if you do not power the excavator, enemies will stop spawning, eventually mission will time out. Using a battery recall, never excavator resets this timer. Yeah, that's called abandoning the mission. I mentioned that bit. If you choose not to do the mission, eventually it just fails you for just not doing the mission. You have as good as abandoned it. That's not failing the mission, that's choosing not to do it. Otherwise, we can go back to the whole dying is legitimately losing the mission, and honestly, far more legitimately than actively just not doing the mission. Anyway. Oh, is Mythic also not reading now? What? I can't even get mods to read mod messages now. Even my own mods betray me. Yeah, fair enough, Christopher. Yeah, dying is the primary way to fail missions. Other mission objectives are additional ways to fail them, but primarily it's running out of lives. Every single mission. If you run out of lives, you lose. In some missions, the difficulty is ramped up by making it where you only have one life, because it is the primary failure condition again. So yeah. We're just so good at the game, and Warframe is so casual, that most times people don't feel like death is the primary concern, but it is. Nobody reads mod messages? Maybe. Mods don't matter? Oh, no. Mods definitely have an effect. Each of my mods is applying a multiplicative bonus of 1.5 times psychic damage to the chat. When we have 10 mods talking at once here, you know the pain is there. Yeah, I'm starting to think that this strategy is a forlorn plan. Although, key found. What are you additive or multiplicative to? The base psychic damage that chat just delivered to me passively. If I have a chat where there is reason for 10 moderators to be typing at once, you know things must be going a little bit... Alright. Excellent location. Actually, I'm going to put a new line for that, because it's not clear. 1, 2, 3... 4! Send it! Oh, that triple sound. Oh!
A new set of conduits is opening. Up for another round?
Oh yeah, nah, Petra. I could deliver psychic damage to all of y'all, not a problem, but whether or not a stream runs overtime is partly dependent on how many more mental hit points I still have left. And so if I am inundated with a lot of psychic damage, yeah, I might need to take a long rest. All y'all already teetering on the edge. I'd have thought y'all would have got used to that by now. Alright, what did I just grab? I grabbed gold. Gold! How frequently do I reflect back at chat with an unusually horny joke? Let's be real, Bite. How frequently am I the person to bring out the horny jokes and not like, you know, DE or even yourself? Let's be real. I dare say there is an element of projection here, Bite. Your messages do not go unnoticed on the Discord. No, I will not elaborate. You don't know what you clicked? I do know what you clicked. I didn't hear it. Oh, let's put a new line so we can actually see the X's. So we then know when we got all 4. 3, 4, send it. One down, 2 down, 3 down. There we go. Wow, that took so long to come through. What the hell? That took so long to come through. Oh boy. Which is damaging. Yeah, sound alert is to send an alert of sound through the sound alert system. I don't know why it took so long though. That's just weird. Everything is breaking today, as per usual. If it's not the game, it's the bot. If it's not the bot, it's the stream. If it's not the stream, it's the streamer. The grinder top joke from earlier? Yeah, I can throw out the occasional one. You can only name one instance. Today even water might break? Oh my. Didn't realize we had a Jade in the squad. Alright. I don't know why I'm even in this room. There's nothing here for me. I'm not carrying a key? No, I'm not. I need a key!
A Grozling. It'll certainly have a docket, but it might also have the final chapter to that book I was reading.
I don't care about the Grozling, I care about the keys. Please keep key. I'm gonna come over this side where everyone else is, because maybe there is a key over here. I can see by the UI there isn't a key over here, but maybe. Maybe this... Nope. Maybe this guy has a key. Maybe this guy. This one. This one. This one. None of them had a key. Okay, but consider maybe these ones. No? And these ones. No. Do I frequently report newly found bugs to DE? I try to, yes. I don't always make the time for it, that's a dupe. But yes, I do report them where I find them. And find the time for it. The thing with the bugs that I report is I'll only report them when I can say with near certainty the nature of the bug. So like, if the report would be things feel glitchy on Sedna. Nope, no good. But if the report is leaderboards only show normal mode points, steel path disruption is not showing points, isn't being updated at all, then yeah, that's a bug report I can give. You report if you can reproduce consistently? Yeah. That's the issue we had? Yeah, steel path isn't on the leaderboard. Because I'd already noticed that normal mode and steel path seem to be shared. I thought they were combined, but it turns out normal mode is just being displayed twice and steel path none. Do I report on forums or a special channel for it? I just send it over to Zach directly. Occasionally I'll then have someone from QA reach out for more information, and I'll happily provide them more information. But usually it's just, thanks for that, off it goes. And yeah, helps get things fixed. Red Mosh, you say, hey bud, just wanted to drop a photo. Say I love your videos. They are well made and have helped me a lot. Thanks for them. You're very welcome. And thank you for dropping by. Hope you are enjoying yourself today. You submitted a bug report of an out-of-bounds glitch on Lower Spy with no-co shrooms. Got back a, how did you even find this? UI bugged? What's a Voam? Eliu, we don't speak Void Tongue. What the fuck is a Voam? Help me out here, come on. We've been over this. Squiggles. DE, I hate you for this. Okay, so Eliu thinks he has the... Well, just drop it and pick it up again then. That should fix it. Actually, you know what? Everyone else, X up, stand next to your thing, and then once we're all X'd, we're just going to plug them in. If Eliu is stood next to the right one. Waiting on 4. Waiting on 4. There we go. Okay, yeah. Cool. Plug them all in. Yep, it was bugged. Eliu didn't have it. Great, we found yet another bug today. Inconsistently. That's, I don't like this. Why does it look like any Requiem? Someone said it was a particular one earlier. Maybe it's on. Oh, was Eliu holding the key with their operator? Wow. Okay, so that... Eliu, can you confirm? Were you holding it with operator? Alright, new round. Let's get going. Fight, bringing in the, no doubt, horny answer. Eliu said, been doing it the whole time. I think this time I was picked up for a key that wasn't picked up by a Warframe before. Okay. There's something in that. And you know what? I'm not going to burn up more brain cells trying to figure it out. I'm good. You're trying to hold 2 of the same key. Oh. Wait. Well. Okay. Yeah. Right, I need to find my location, which I think is over here. Yep. People are typing X's, but we need a new line so we can see where the X's start and end. So, come on. A lot easier to count when we don't have to try and see which ones are odd ones. There we go. That one taken out. There's one over this way. Dogs and weapons one. No wait, that wasn't the thing. Where is it? Fucking Gruzzling threw me off.
You are fighting admirably so far. Think you can handle another set of conduits?
Okay. We're doing alright. We're doing alright. It's fine. We are 8 waves in. And so far, pretty good on the relics as well. Wave 9 or round 9 has just begun. We are close to halfway there. It's definitely not an efficient way of doing this. But Disruption only cares about the score, doesn't care about efficiency. Technically, kind of. Alright, I've got 1. I'm not going to go all the way down there just yet.
They always have dominance.
I'm going to be more helpful if I'm still here.
My library.
Okay, the keys and conduits do have names on them, it occurs to me. So hold on. If I go to this one over here, the squiggly one. This one is called... Yeah, it says Voam docket is required, so this is Voam. Let's head over to the bean, the white, the thing, the dooby 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 doo. It is overshot. It is called Loke. This one is apparently Loke. Would you look at that? Didn't I believe you when it was Voam? I didn't know if it was Voam or not. You called it Voam, but yeah. Golden mark. Cool, cool. Please check the name for white at your convenience. I don't know what you think I just did, Mythic, but you might need to refresh. White is Voam. White is not Voam. Bye. Don't just lie to chat like that. No one appreciates that. Please don't. No, white was Loke. We just went over to it. Alright, LU has gold. And we just need white to drop somewhere. I'm on Kra, which is the cyan. The sand clock was Loke. I just went to the white one. The sand clock, the cyan one, is the one down here. Kra. Are you colorblind? Shit, mate, you're fucking shape blind. You just described the shape and got it wrong. That's not colorblind. You're just wrong. He's looking at the darn top. Well, close grinder and look at the game. Yes, we're going for the same top joke twice today. Okay, we still need someone to grab the white docket. Apparently has still not dropped. This evolved rapidly? Yeah. This is exactly what I was talking about earlier. The whole people confidently claiming things with nothing to back it up. And as soon as you point it out, they just kind of go, oh. Wait. Ah! Ah! Please! And you'll defend your topologist? That is no defense at all. Nope. We do not accept the defense of topology here. That is a self-inflicted debuff. You must deal with that one yourself. There we go! The docket has finally arrived! Now pocket the docket and let's get doing with this. X is up. Dash is not required when we have chat in the way of it. That's fine. Let's just count 4 X's. There we go. That one down. Regnak's got that one.
That's all of them. Stand by for more
Woo.
conduits.
Ready for next. Mythic uses a cup with no handle. How is that a... No, okay, yeah, topology. If we ever have a list of banned subjects on this channel, topology is probably going to be one of them. Just for people's sanity. I know it has its uses and applications. I can't think of a single one that applies to a live stream. Are you the only one trying to hold on to bonus keys? Yeah. Yeah. It is probably just you. I probably should start carrying a duplicate if I see it. It just means switching to operator and I... No, no. Now look what you've done to Petra. Now look what you've done. Petra's wanting to learn about topology now. Let's... You might as well have just got Petra, I don't know, into opening up MTG packs or just doing hard drugs. They're all the same level of bad in the end. Go on a mark. On my way over. Thank you, thank you. Alright, and where is the gold? Where is the gold? Oh, this UI, so helpful. Where the heck is the gold? The gold is all the way over here. Right. I love that it doesn't prioritize the one you're holding, but on location. 2, 3, 4. Send it. Ooh. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Is opening. Up for another round?
Are we talking about 3D modeling topology polygons? I mean, we weren't talking about it. No. Nope, it's just Mythic being another source of psychic damage. We get a few here. Keys, please, keys, keys, keys. Give me the keys. Oh, please. And see, there's a key in this direction. Where? It said there was a key in this direction. Where the hell is the key that was in this direction? Oh, I think someone grabbed it. The mod effect is working. Yup. I told ya. I told ya. Mods are a multiplicative bonus to psychic damage dealt to the streamer. We got more of them chatting here. More damage. White on mark. Okie dokie. Okay. That got taken. Never mind. Yep. So, just still need to find the gold one then. Man, if only we could see our score midway through, we'd know how close we were to succeeding at this. But I am getting the distinct impression that just doing the rounds would be faster. I'm going to grab that as a bonus key. Oh, I heard of topology well before it was brought up in this community. Well before. But that's because I knew a few too many malicious mathematicians at university. They knew they could break people's minds by introducing them to topics of absurdity. Malicious math? Yeah. Look, if you met them, you would agree. They were using math maliciously. Mathlicious. No, that doesn't work. Malicious? No. It's in there somewhere, but no. Hilarious concept? It's hilarious until they've had a few boxed wines and then just unleash. Like, combine special interest with malicious intent, with mathematics, with too much wine. That's what the ignore function is for? Ah, yes. The IRL ignore function of being in a room with someone where you just press ignore. Yes. I have used this many times. This turn's just going for a lot longer than I thought it would. Well, this round is going for a lot longer than I thought it would. Hit them with something? See, that's what we did. Because geologists have hammers. We just threaten with the hammers. That worked. Or threaten to flip the table of Catan. Start bringing out the geology puns. That sort of thing. Yeah. Where the hell is this docket? Gib docket, please. Gum. Again, Bite. Again, you accuse me, but I see through you, Bite. You are self-report. You have beaten exactly 0 allegations. Have we still not got this golden docket? Is anyone just secretly carrying a golden docket? Hasn't told me. I'm going to move back towards the rest of the group. I want to pull the spawns back this way. Katana is a good party game, terrible competitive. Oh yeah. Yeah, the problem with the Katana is that there is an element of skill to it, but only an element. It is so RNG dependent. And it can create a cascading effect. The cascade is kind of part of the point of the game, is it allows for a finish to happen. But it can leave some people just going the entire game, or large chunks of it going, well, guess I could do nothing. And so naturally, my brothers play Katana every weekend. And they have invented rules to make it more RNG. Much more. Docket! Yes! Okay, so I grab it, this one, and that. No, wait, that's the wrong way around. No, I need to grab this one and then do this. They'll say required, but we have got it. Where is this one? Oh, it's down bottom. Okay. But now I'm still holding the other key, which I can utilize shortly. And then that one over there. There we go. Beautiful.
Steady yourself.
Do I know a Warframe weapon that is a beam that connects since the first beam? Kind of like Vermislicer or Larkspur, examples of Wrong Answer, Snooker, Cyclone, Phantasma. A beam that connects since the first beam. What do you mean by that, sorry? A beam that chains? Or a beam that... No. I'm gonna need a new definition on that one, please. Beams like Vermislicer. It's a bit of a weird one. God damn it, that's the key I'm already carrying. What was the point of me bringing a key over if we already have it? Ugh. That's another one of the white keys, okay. The Vermi will connect and track since the first beam, even if you're away. The other beams only split if the first beam is hitting an enemy in its actual path. The Vermi will connect and track since the first beam. Okay, yeah, I don't remember enough about Vermislice weirdy schmieldiness to verify. I think you're asking about are there any other beams that will have a soft homing feature. I think that's what you're asking. Elio, are you saying you've got gold? No. Okay, you just put lines in. Okay, well. Okay. Okay. Something like a soft homing, only know of 2 weapons. Okay. Yeah, off the top of my head, I'm not familiar with other homing weapons of a beam nature. No. Come on, gold docket. Where are you? Where are you? It's alright, Elliot. I know you were preempting, oh, we'd need a line if no one said anything by the time we get all the dockets, but we haven't got all the dockets, so it was a, oh, is that necessary now? But, yeah. Questions without answers, hence the question. We'll get that. Much like we'll eventually get this golden docket. Okay, okay, everyone's got dockets now. Everyone's got. Is there a spare docket over here I can quickly grab with? Oh, nah, no. Fit. Where'd they go? Right. I need to grab that one, then this one. There we go. I'm trying to speed things up, and I think I'm just making it slower. Three in position. Still 3. Who's not in position? There we go. That worked.
Catch your breath. New conduits will be appearing shortly.
We're nearly there. We're nearly there. This is getting increasingly frustrating somehow. I think in future there is zero recommendation, not for points or otherwise, to do split conduits. But we're in for a penny, we're in for a pound. We're sticking this out. Right, I'm already holding a key that has dropped. I'm not bothering with that again. Oh, don't drop. You had a droop. You're holding a second blue. Oh, great. Yeah. There's a little bit too much, I guess, coordination needed. And then we need the luck, bad or otherwise, to just... Yeah. Because we're always waiting on one key on the end anyway, so we're never carrying over that key. Which means we're going to end up spawning a bunch of other keys and carrying over those. So we're always waiting for the same key. So we end up just coming back to the same situation we were in before, near enough. If we were doing this normally, it would be great, but we're not, so... Okay. Sailor Bee. Oh, you didn't see the in-game chat? Right, okay. Oh, I get what you're referencing there, by the whole white, gold, black, blue dress thing. That one always seems weird to me, because I mean, it's pretty demonstrable which way around it was, and I could have sworn people must have come across a edited version of the picture that they were debating or something. No, the one that always broke me was the Yanni Laurel thing. That one I just could not wrap my head around.
A Grusling has appeared. Hooray!
How reliable is a random disruption key drop from a 4 Folly squad? We tested it. It's not random. Every Folly in the squad, with sometimes exceptions because bugframe is bugframe, every Folly in the squad should have the same seed for a pseudo-random result. It appears to be procedural, going through the same 3 or some other setup. Point is that if you get 4 Follies in a squad together and they all cast in sequence, in sync, sorry, you'll all 4 have the same key. So you need to cast out of sync across different rounds to get different keys. So the best way to folly it up if you're going to do a 4 Folly disruption is Folly 1 cast round 1, Folly 2 cast round 2, Follies 1 and 3 cast round 3 and odd rounds thereafter, Follies 2 and 4 cast on round 4 and even rounds thereafter. That's the best way to get the coverage that doesn't lead to duplicate keys. And if that sounds like a lot of hassle, yeah, it's not just cast. But it is quick-ish. Quicker. I'm on location. Plug. Ductile should have that. I'm going to pop down here. Got this one. Go this way. They should have all of these. I hear one. Yep, they have that.
That's all of them.
Nice.
Stand by for more conduits.
That hurt your brain to hear. Basically, odd Follies cast on odd rounds, even Follies cast on even rounds, but Follies 3 and 4 skip their first cast. That's how you do it. Odd on odds, even on evens, Folly 3 and 4 skip first cast. It's just summarizing it that quickly without the fuller explanation tends to lead people astray because they're not paying enough attention. Yeah. Biggest benefit is the 4 Loke Surges. I mean, that helps as well, but I mean, you don't need the Loke Surges. Not for this. Basically a Final Fantasy XIV raid mechanic. It'll match him with a lot of more mechanically intricate games, yes. Warframe is usually not mechanically intricate in terms of how to get different players to interact efficiently, but it's fun. Blue on Mark? Which blue? I'm going to guess hourglass on mark. Also, a gold has dropped somewhere. I see gold is up ahead. Gold has been picked up. So I'm hoping it's an hourglass that's over here. It says collect. Where is it? There it is. Actually slightly covered by the mark, ironically. Let me through, you little... shit. Okay. Oh, look, another key. Spawns in my way on the way back. Whatever. On location. We got 3 out of 4. Waiting. This is why we sit by our conduits. Who are we waiting on? We're waiting on... Ductile. Ductile, ductile, ductile. There we go. Plug. Okay. Eliu's over that side, so I should be able to come this way. Ductile's got that one. Regnak's got this. Where's my one then? Huh. I just didn't see my one's marker. Okay. That happens. Well, Laughing Luna, you were saying there was a benefit. When I say we don't need Folly, I was saying that we didn't need the Loke Surges because Loke Surges do not benefit getting the score. So yes, when I'm saying we don't need her, it's not on a case of we don't need her because, oh well, you don't need anything really. It's on a case of the Loke Surges do not provide a tangible benefit to what we're trying to achieve. Calling them out as something that is useful, it's like calling out, well, you know you can cast Raw, well, you know you can cast Nourish, like, yeah. But does that stand out in a notable way? Give you lots of HP and energy gen? Yeah, they give you things. Again, doesn't stand out as a needs to be called out. Other things give you HP and energy gen. Just because they are powerful, just because they're usable, doesn't make them necessary to point out to each feature. So far, I've gone this entire stream without mentioning Valence Formation, but I've been using it the entire time. It's about necessary information versus superfluous. This is something that I contend with my videos, is how often people tell me I've forgotten to talk about X, Y, or Z. I haven't forgotten. It's just 95% of the time, 99% of the time, to be honest. It doesn't need talking about. It's either obvious, redundant, or actually doesn't work the way they thought. Sometimes, yeah, there is a thing I'll have forgotten. A certain mod interaction that is unique, is particularly powerful, or just so new that I forgot it was a combo that would work. I am on the right one, aren't I? Yes. There is a limit to how many things need calling out. It's about fundamental usefulness. Alright, everyone's got stuff. Xing up. 3... 4! Send it! Oh, that one was holding on a bit. Basically just dashed into my bullets there, that's nice. Non Sequitur Dave saying, doesn't it create a certain degree of prerequisite training to your videos then? I wonder how long to MR1 can understand your recent videos? Yeah, there is. Some of that comes down to understanding base mechanics, like how does damage calculation work, and I have videos on that kind of topic. Other bits, it comes down to knowing what to question in the first place. If you don't know what to question, play and explore the game. Or if you don't want to explore and figure out what to question, just use the guides as they're presented. When it comes to someone going, oh, but what to downgrade? A lot of downgrades are just get this same mod, but you've not spent as much endo. And when people are like, oh, but where do I even get the mod? Why haven't you told me that? The wiki exists. No one, and I mean as good as no one, wants me to read out every single mod's farming locations every single time. That's just no. So there is prerequisite information to it, but not necessarily to fully understand. It's more along the lines of, if you don't already know it, you should have enough information to know what question to ask of either another video guide or of just straight up Google.
That little monster will have a docket.
That's what it really comes down to there. Lovely saying, the heart of my point is that for score attack, Folly making keys is so unuseful, correct, that she defaults back to the thing that is beneficial that she could do for the mission she doesn't have a specific thing for. Okay. I think I see your point of, oh, well, Folly is good for something. Which, is there anyone in chat saying that Folly was good for nothing? No. I'm just going to save you on that one. Unless, if someone was, you can ignore them, they're an idiot. But I'm going to say no. But again, that doesn't help it in particular. It's just, yeah, that's a feature. We don't just name Warframe features for what Warframes are good for, just out of the blue. That's all. So I see your point. You wanted to point out Folly has a thing, but it doesn't change that it's basically irrelevant. It's just a frame. Plug. Regnak is on location for that one, so I'll go grab this one. Oh, escape. There we go. One more. This way? Oh, it's found. Good. 16 rounds done. We should be at the high score now, but we're going to go 3 more to be certain. Just because I'm predicting 1,000 per round minimum, and 19k is what we needed, so yeah. You're responding to people asking if Folly would be helpful here for the score attack. People are not asking if Folly will be helpful because Folly has an ability. They're asking if Folly will be helpful because Folly has an ability that dives in directly to disruption. And that is what my answer is on the context of that. If someone is asking, is Folly useful just because they're wondering, would Folly be unusable? No one's been asking in that kind of context, and if someone is, I think they're honestly blind to how Warframe works. Every Warframe has its uses. You could be running this mission with Banshee, with Loki, with Measure, with Wisp, with Atlas. All of them have their abilities. Okay, Luna, we're going in circles. You're not hearing me, so fair enough. We're going to put a pin in it. You're attached to this idea? Yeah. Folly can do a thing. Cool. Let's go grab a docket. Where is docket? I was promised a blue. Oh. Wait. Oh, it's even further. Ah. When the waypoint shows on the door, but it's actually through the door on the map, I don't like that. There we are. You're out of water? Well, between rounds, you can quickly sprint and grab a little bit. Alright, I am on location. I think, yep. Godframe Dark Blue, that's fine. Exit when you're there, please. Oh, let's do it. Pop. Nice, nice. And one more, which they should have over there. Going to assist. Nope, they got it. Cool. 17 rounds done. Sweet.
Think you can handle another set of conduits?
Hello, sea rabbits. That's alright, joining in late. You join in whenever you have the opportunity to, really. Riss, I know you're about done with this, but during operation, Metal was go to, you had 2 keys, run both, get the other 2 keys. Less bonus, but it was offset for fast rounds. Yeah. I was coming at this entirely from a do every key at once. Not to optimize the points per run, although this has really shown just how bad it is. It was entirely a this gets more points per round. But yeah. That was the entire plan. I didn't expect it to take 1.5 hours just to get us started, but hey, bugframe is gonna bugframe, you know? None of us could have predicted that was gonna happen today. Not to that extreme. Rustling over there.
That little monster will have a docket.
Will it have the right docket? No. No, it will not. Yeah, for all we know, we might be doing this too inefficiently and not actually getting the points I'm expecting, which is again why I'm taking it to the full 19 rounds on the estimate. Undervaluing our rounds on the off chance that they are actually lower value than I thought. Also, level scaling is beginning to kick in properly now. We're at level 246. Things are starting to get a little spicier. Nothing we can't handle, I'm sure. There is a white docket to be grabbed. Alright then. Am I on the right location? Yes, I am. 3. We just need one more. 4. Send it. One down. 2 down. That should be all of them over this side, which means the ones over that side. Yep, they've got that. Still going to move towards to assist, but yep, they've got it. Sweet! One more round. This is our last one. That's Giant Prime in the oven. Nice! You can look forward to that, absolutely. Lightning everywhere. Progressing, so much for 4 active, then 3, then 2, then 1. Okay. Not sure if that lines up with what I experienced. Can't say to be certain. Okay, I am hot. Has anyone else got this? Let me track it and check. Yep. This is unique. Wonderful. Let me head over to my camping location. There it is. Sweet. I'll just help on generating the key. We're nearly done with this one. And then we'll discover that Miralabe has been running to beat our score this entire time. I wouldn't put it past Miralabe to do that, solely because Miralabe has already done that on a previous stream of this style. So... they can't even complain. They literally have done it before. But we'll see. Docker here. Nice, they grabbed that. Beautiful. Everyone's got, so... Xing up. That's 3, waiting on 4th. 4th, send it. I think one spawned in the corridor behind where I was. Ductile appears to be on that one, so that's good. Yep. I'll help. GG's, let's go. 19 conduits complete. Let's see. Did we do it? Did we succeed? We'll find out in just a moment. Someone found a Voker on the way? Sure. Very important to grab that Voca.
A true friend to the Laverian.
Fingers crossed here, chat. Fingers crossed. Everything should be working. Oh, that was a very low poly scowl for a second there. So, Disruption, Deimos, Armatus. There we are. Yeah. We got a little bit more than 19,000. We got a little bit more than 19,000. Whoopsie. Why is Ductile so high? It just sorts us out in there. I don't know how it decides it. Extraction order, account age, some other reason. I don't know what the order is. I'm not going to look into it. Not even the alphabet war, because T comes before R. Well done, every single one of you who thought it was alphabetical. You don't know your alphabet. But it's going to have some internal reason, and it's probably just based on server updating. Probably just based on that. But there we go. We're up at the top there. Now, if anyone in chat feels like being really nice, I'm not going to run this again right now. We are coming up towards the end of stream. We certainly cannot do 19 rounds in 9 minutes. But if someone would be interested in taking on a simple challenge for me, do 19 rounds of Deimos Armatus on normal mode, not Steel Path, normal mode, 19 rounds, plugging in the keys as quickly as possible. Because if you do 19 rounds and then extract, I want to see the difference between our score and your score. We can also compare the time taken. So we took 1 hour 12 minutes there. Now that's not going to save. I mean, I've shown it on stream, so it'll save technically that way, but I'm still going to write this down. So we did 19 rounds of normal Armatus Deimos for 1 hour 12 minutes 3 seconds. Scoring. Score is not spelled that way. Scoring. Profile, leaderboards. Disruption. Deimos, Armatus. Personal, 33,419. Yeah. So I've got that saved. So if someone else wants to do 19 rounds of that same thing, normal mode, but just plug it in the keys ASAP, let me know how long it takes you. Let me know what score you come to on the leaderboard. I'd be very interested to compare the two there. Likewise, if someone wants to run for 1 hour 12 minutes, just doing it as fast as you can. Be interesting to see how that comes out. 1 hour 12 minutes for that many rounds. Let's just have a look here. Divided by 19. We were taking 3 minutes 48 per round. Which, it's not terrible. That's still faster than survival rounds. 3 minutes 48 is not terrible, but it definitely felt sluggish at times. Well, it was sluggish at times. But yeah, a very, very interesting result. Imagine an entire squad of Vault Primes. I mean, you could. You don't necessarily need to use just Vaults. You could mix it up. Have Vaults and Wukongs, for example. A pair of Vaults and a pair of Wukongs. To have the Wukongs for the speed, bonus into their Cloud Walk to then zip over with flight. That could work. A bunch of Titanias, yeah, absolutely. Bunch of Gals. Bunch of basically anyone who can get around quickly can certainly do some very fast runs. It's less about the speed of the character and more about your ability to utilize your speed. So Vault is nice for the speed buff, but people who aren't that good at navigating the tiles, or if you just happen to get some really shitty tiles, then you're better off with something else. Well, someone else. Yeah. Is it spelled Gauss? Yeah. Yeah. Right. We're going to drop out of here now. So, Eliu, Regnak, Dugtal, thank you very much for joining in on the run there. Enjoy your loot, enjoy your relics, endo, vessel capillaries, all that good stuff. Much appreciated. Also, fun fact, the vessel capillaries can pick you up a Honoria. I think the learned is that one. I'm going to double check that, but I'm fairly certain the learned is that one. Honoria... Learned... Yep, 150 vessel capillaries. And, well... Not you, not you. Hold on, hold on. There it is. Vessel capillaries. I have a little bit more than 150. I have a little bit more than 150 of them. So yes, if you want to copy that, there you go. Check your Nightwave rewards. Yeah. How do you have your own tab to send stuff to? So you open up any chat window you're in. Usually I'd say go for your clan or your squad because it will have fewer people. Click your name, notes. And it saves the notes you put into there. It also for some reason shows the inline chats from other players or whatever, that's a bug. But yeah, it saves your stuff in there. It's a very recent thing, so if you weren't aware of it, don't worry, it only recently got added. But yeah. I will point out, however, that the saved stuff for configs, if the game's been updated, it doesn't work. But things like keeping track of relics that you wanted to keep track of the parts you need to get, of appearances, if it's from the same build, yeah, that all works. So stuff that doesn't change between builds, that'll still work. Right then, we are going to do a giveaway now, because it is indeed a Wednesday, it's the middle of the week, and that means we do indeed do one of those platinum giveaways. So let's get that loaded up onto here, shall we? Gonna set a 3-minute timer on this one, and let's just kill the out of giveaway music. Let's take away my camera. We're gonna get that started up right now. Exclamation mark enter in the chat for a chance to win the 75 plat. We'll be doing that draw in 3 minutes time. I'm just gonna pop away from the stream whilst y'all enter into that. Good luck, everybody. Just about a minute left to get in on the giveaway here. Exclamation mark enter in the chat for a chance to win the 75 plat. Your first time seeing your own mace on there? Oh, fair do, fair do. Mythic sliding straight into being covered by other people. Oh dear. You tried. Yeah, I did consider changing the layout of how these frames slide into the giveaway arena, of making it where they're less likely to overlap. But I just decided against it. Leave it just completely random. Also, it is easier to code it fully random. I'll be quite honest with you. If you want to code it where they're spread out and random, that gets complicated. Spread out and not random, and then have to create a recursive loop which can also handle a larger number of players, and there are quote-unquote spaces. Yeah. Alright, draw time. Draw time! Let's see who is going to be the winner of the Plat giveaway today. Especially with variable name length. Yeah, I just wasn't worth. Alright, who is it going to be then? Who is going to be our winner? Any one of you could be it, although if you see yourself in this stage, it's not going to be you. Only one person is going to be it. It is... Cimarron Twitch! Cimarron Twitch,
Excellent work,
you are
Tenno.
our winner
The extraction
today
point is up ahead.
of the Platinum giveaway, but we need your details in order to send that Platinum over to you, because that is sent out by DE, so I need to know who I'm telling them to send the Platinum to. So, Simran, please use !IGN, followed by your platform, and then your Warframe username, so we know exactly where that's going to go over to. So I'm going, what? I don't know how I even pronounce that. Where? Where? WHIAAAA. I feel like I am not kawaii enough to pronounce that. But GG's, yes. So, !IGN, followed by your platform, and then your Warframe username, all in one message, please. We know where to send that over to. But for everyone else, thank you very much for joining in on this stream. I hope you have enjoyed looking into Disruption. I'm more than a little bit annoyed how much time we spent trying to figure out what was wrong with the leaderboards. I never would have guessed it was going to be an issue with Seal Path versus normal mode on it, but after dealing with every other possibility, that's the only thing that was left. That was weird. Alright, but that is where we're going to wrap it up today. Thank you very much for joining in, and I will see you on Friday for some more... Well, you'll see on the day. It's a variety day. I like to surprise you all, so I will catch you then. Bye. Bye.